Hey, security peeps, we are back with another episode of Diary of Hackers. We've interviewed several pros in the cybersecurity industry and we've listened to their career story with their advice to the next generation of cybersecurity experts. And today we'll be listening to an amazing career story of a leading woman in cybersecurity in Africa, not just in Nigeria. And I mean, she's known all over the globe, especially on our Twitter page. Yeah, so she is an information security manager, an advisory board member of the almighty CyberSafe Foundation. She's a data security lecturer and a die-hard fan of the Chelsea Football Club. Yes, you can't take that out of her introduction. I mean, she's known for helping cybersecurity starters, especially on her Twitter page. Yeah, it's always just visit our Twitter page. You always get something to go with. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mrs. AK, aka Ireti of Island, and aka Iretioluwa Akerele. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation to be on the show today, Ma. I mean, it's a pleasure and an honor to speak to you today, and I really can't wait to learn from you. So,
Thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction. And I'm also happy to be part of this. I mean, when I see anything cybersecurity, I always look forward to it because I know, it's a way to contribute and also help people. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ma. So before I proceed, my name is Joshua Moses, for those that don't know, and I'm the host and community lead of Diary of Hackers. And for those that don't know what Diary of Hackers is all about, we try to bridge the gap between the cybersecurity enthusiasts and the experts in the field. We also we tend to, promote cybersecurity and also help those starters to get their feet into cybersecurity by providing capacity building activities. So we're gonna start right now, and let's get to hear from our special guest. If you had to describe Ireti with 5 words, which words would that be?
Thank you. If you want to describe me, I would say I'm someone first that is excellent, I'm determined, I am hardworking, I am passionate, and I am quality driven. So I believe these are the 5 words that describe me anyway.
That's nice. I mean, excellence, determined, hardworking, passionate, and quality driven. Thank you so much. So, but let's get your career journey. How did you get started in cybersecurity? How did you land in cybersecurity?
Good question. So my journey started in 2013. At that time, I was an employee of the bank. I was working in Sky Bank, which is now called the Polaris Bank. One of those days, when I got back from work, my dad had a conversation with me, and he was like, this is a good time for you to check for a school in the United Kingdom. Tell me about the course you want to study, and I would try to get the money together for you. At that time, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go for a master's because I felt that I was, earning well in the bank. And then I had a lot of friends, and I was like, if I leave now, I won't be able to interact with my friends, talk to them, see them, and all of that. So, but my dad kept on talking to me, to check out a school. So eventually, I was talking to a friend, and she mentioned forensic. At that time, she was also doing something on forensic. So she said I should check anything out that has to do with forensic. So I went back and I saw a course, information security and computer forensic. So it got my interest, and immediately I jumped on it. I made my application, and in September 2013, I got into the university in the United Kingdom. My master's program was for 1 year. During my dissertation, my supervisor took a lot of interest in me because I was always very inquisitive. I was always asking questions. I really wanted to, I didn't just want to copy, the way people do projects and they just want to copy and then get it done. I wanted to understand it. And, that gave me a good advantage. I did my project. I scored 86 out of 100 in my project. Eventually, when I was about leaving, he told me that we were going to work together and get my project published. Last year, 2020, it came to reality. I had my first publication, which was an output of the project I did in 2014. Now I finished and got back to Nigeria. 1 month after I got back to Nigeria, I got a job. In the first organization I submitted my CV, I got a job as a senior analyst. And the rest, they say, till today is history. So that is my journey so far.
Wow, 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 wow. You have an amazing story. So, but what are the challenges that you faced at the early stage of your career, and how did you overcome them, if you have any?
So I would say in the early stage of my career, one of the things that was a problem for me was that I was less confident. I mean, when I go out with the seniors in the field, I used to be scared of making presentations, especially when I know that MDs, COOs, CFOs, and co would be present. I used to be very scared and, afraid. But one thing I realized is that these people that are doing it, I used to tell myself then, they don't have two heads. If they can do it and do it successfully, why not me? So I started learning a lot. I used to look at how they would carry themselves, how they would prepare, what they would say, and all of that. Because I realized that in this journey, even if you are going to be either technical or non-technical, you need to be confident. When you talk, you must say things and get the attention of people that you are working with. If you cannot defend whatever you've done, then you are going to struggle a lot. So it was a bit challenging for me when I started, but I learned. And then I learned, one of the people that I learned from is Mrs. Adedonyo Dunfa. She's the MD of Digital Jewels. I learned a lot from her, and she inspired me, and till today I can't forget her because I started my career, working and learning from her.
Wow, wow, that's really nice. Can we say a place of mentorship is really important when it comes to career progression now?
It is.
Okay.
It is very, very important. You need someone that can guide you through. It is very important, and I always recommend it, especially for people that are starting their journey. They need a mentor.
Okay, ma. So, but the problem now we have is some of us will really find it difficult to approach a mentor and seeking for how they can mentor us. So, but what is your advice on how to get a very good mentor or a mentor per
Okay,
se?
good question. One, I would say that I'm an advocate of shoot your shots. And I always tell people, the worst you can get is no. But if you don't shoot your shot, you will not even get no, meaning you have not even tried. So what I would say is that for someone that is starting, I'm sure there are a lot of people now that are in your faces, especially on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very good resource if you want to connect with professionals. Make a list of people that you really admire in this field. Make a list. Now go through what they've done or what their interest is, and check if it aligns with yours. If your answer is yes, follow them, connect with them, keep tabs on them, and then try out to, you don't have to start by making your request. And that's one mistake most people make. They connect with you and immediately they're already sending a message to make a request. Before then, some of these people, they make posts. Engage with them, engage with their posts, let them notice you. When you get familiar with them at that point, then you can now see if they are able to take you on or guide you on this journey. Sometimes you get to hear no, and it's not bad. As at now, I still shoot my shots to people and I still hear no. It's not a bad thing to get no, but the thing is that you have tried. And don't forget that I said make a list. So when you get no, from someone. Eventually, if you keep trying, you'll get a yes.
Wow, wow, wow. This is a gold advice on how to get a good mentor, especially in cybersecurity. So, but another problem is that what about some other people that have gotten an overwhelming number of mentors, and you hear this mentor giving you an advice, this other mentor will give you another advice, which contradicts each other. I mean, for people that have a lot of mentors, I mean. So, but what's your advice to those kind of people, that how to find a very good how to combine those advices and make something out of them?
So what I would say is that as a beginner, one of the things that is important for you is to know the path you want to take. So cybersecurity is very broad. There are a lot of areas to explore. You can't do everything. So you need to understand what area do I want to go into. And again, one thing I have noticed is that now there's a lot of information out there.
Yeah.
So you find that there are lots of resources available. And then I tell people, be careful of information overload. You read something here, you go to another site, you read another thing. You go to another site, you read something else. And then for someone that is just starting, you can get into a problem if you are not careful, because there's no direction. So as a beginner, one of the things you can do for yourself is to have a direction. What do I want to do? Do I want to focus on being an incident responder? Do I want to be an analyst? Do I want to focus on being an information security officer or things like that? Which area do I think suits me based on the knowledge I've gathered? Now, if you get a mentor, you have to be specific. If you get a mentor and you just say, I'm interested in cybersecurity, you will run into a problem, because the person will just advise you based on generic cybersecurity. Okay, these are resources for you. Go and read all of this and all of that. But if you get a mentor and you say, I'm interested in going in this part, I want to be a pen tester, for example. Now, the mentor can be more specific with you and advise you based on that, give you a direction. Okay, so these are the certifications that you can take. These are the resources that will come in handy for you. These are the internships that you can jump on. These are volunteering opportunities that you can do while you are waiting to get a job and things like that.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you so very much for that wonderful piece of advice too. So you are known as Mrs. AK on social media. I mean, I always love to retweet your tweets, especially the one that are related to cybersecurity. So, but why do you do what you do? And why do you really help starters on InfoSec? Because really, it's not everybody that helps. You understand, even in doing what you do. So why do you really do that now?
Okay, thank you. So I would say that it all started as a conversation with my husband. And then one of those days, he said, why don't you use your Twitter account to help people get started in cybersecurity? We're just having a discussion, and he said that before then, I used to tweet about cybersecurity, but I was not consistent. Maybe just once in a while, I tweet and then that was it. But then this discussion happened last year, and he encouraged me. He told me that if he knows that there are a lot of people that have interest in it, if I take it upon myself once in a while, maybe I would be able to also encourage others. So I started it. And then when I started tweeting about cybersecurity, I started getting a lot of DMs. Like, for example, between March and April, between last month's March and this April, I gained over 600 followers on Twitter. And I received over 200 DMs on cybersecurity. I responded to all the DMs I received. I don't ignore people when they send me a DM.
Wow.
And it felt good, because I know that if I reply to 200 people, for example, I may not be able to help everyone perfectly, but I know there will be people that would come back. And truly, I had few people come back to me. Thank you. Some said they got a job. Other people said they took the virtual internship that I posted. Other people said I inspired them to take some courses, and they shared that journey with me. And I was happy. Those are the things that make me happy. When I see that something that I've posted out there is making people benefits, then it gives me joy. There was a time in January I posted about cybersecurity resources that I wanted to give people resources that would help them. On that day, I got over 100 DMs and I replied everybody and I shared the resource with everybody that sent me a DM on that day. So I'm doing a lot right now. I have even taken it further. I prepare people for interviews. I do different things. I'm helping people now to chart their career in cybersecurity. If you want to start and you need a path to take, I'm helping people to also do that. I review CVs. People send their CVs to me, their cover letters. I review it. I give them feedback. I've even gone another step. I help some people to submit their CVs in organizations. I talk to some people that I know personally. I ask them if they need people and things like that. And I put people's CV forward. So I do a lot of these things because I know that there was a time that somebody took a chance on me, and that was why I'm where I am today. If I help these people too, they can look back 7, 8, 10 years from now and, know that the fact that somebody listened to them and helped them out is making them to be where they are. Also, recently, I started a mentoring and training program. I selected over 20 people to join, and what we are teaching is both technical and non-technical aspects of cybersecurity. This training currently, I'm doing it with the support of a lead cyber engineer in Sri Lanka and also a lead GRC specialist in Egypt. When I started, I didn't have the mind to start with these people, but I talked to them and they became interested in supporting. And so far, so good. We have had about 4 classes and we are going to still have like 6 to 7 more classes. So, I'm doing a lot of things and I believe that all of these things put together will touch people out there and it will help them to get better in cybersecurity.
Wow, that's a lot. Wow, you're doing really amazing job, Ma. Well done, and thank you so very much. A lot of people have also benefited from this. I mean, we have a community base of about 500 students in Nigeria that are studying cybersecurity, and a very few from Kenya as well. So the internship you actually posted about PwC and all of that, it bets us to, we actually do a training called Learn with Peers, where we come together and achieve something. So that prompted us to say, okay, Mrs. AK has really given us something to do. If you know you want to take this, I mean, some people can't really take it. Some might not complete it. So if you know you want to have accountability partner, or yeah, come, let's do this. And over 50 people have in fact, we started yesterday and we are meant to complete it next tomorrow. So thank you so much for the amazing work you're doing. Thank you so much. So let's talk about the jobs now. I mean, in Nigeria, it's really difficult to have a job or whatever in this domain. I mean, I am currently studying cybersecurity as a course in Nigeria, in one of the Nigerian universities, and I've had seniors, one of which Simbi posted recently that a first graduate is doing tailoring, which is not really good. So how easy do you think it is for students to secure a job in this part of the world? And what do you think a starter should do to place him or herself in the radar of recruiters?
Okay, very good question. To be honest, I won't say it is very easy. And it's just like every other profession that you have built. It can be very challenging, to get a job. And even in cybersecurity, because now it's becoming bigger than it was 5 to 6 years ago. And because of that, it's now becoming more competitive. So I wouldn't say that it's automatic that when you leave school, you will get a job. But what I would say, or what I would encourage, is that everybody starting must be involved in continuous learning. Connect with people, continue to learn. Every opportunity you get, then also look for internship opportunities. There are some organizations that I know that they take what they call graduate interns. They train them. So you can start like from that point. Look for these opportunities. There are some other organizations that, request for volunteers. You can start as a volunteer. If you know those organizations that need volunteers, you don't know at what point you would meet someone that will be interested in you and want to give you that opportunity that you desire. So another thing I've seen is that it's not everyone that would earn very well from the start. Let me tell you something interesting. When I moved back to Nigeria after my master's, I had to take a pay cut. I was earning more money in the bank than what I was earning as a senior analyst, but I did not mind. I did not mind because I knew that I was just starting out in cybersecurity and I needed the experience as much as possible. So sometimes you may get the jobs, but they may not offer you what you really want. The salary may be small to you, but I always advise take it because no experience is lost. A lot of organizations that you see now, they would say they want 3 years experience. If you don't work anywhere, how do you want to show that you have 3 years experience? So some of these organizations that are willing to offer you these jobs, my advice is when people come to me and they say the salary is very small, I tell them take it. Even if it's another field that wants to pay you better, if you have maybe other ways of getting money, take the cybersecurity job for a start, and it's going to turn your life around. So that's my advice for people that that are starting out. Another thing, and I've said that earlier, is always shoot your shots. Yeah. There are a lot of people now, and I've said it and I'll say it again. LinkedIn is very good. There are a lot of people across the world. It doesn't have to be Nigeria. You are not limited to Nigeria. Always shoot your shots. Sometimes you find, I spoke to someone some years ago, and the person said that when he wanted to move out of the country, he made sure that he was making at least 50 job applications daily to different parts of the world. And eventually he landed a job outside Nigeria. So what that means is that you are not limited. You don't have to think that you have to remain in Nigeria. There are lots of jobs, and I tweeted that sometimes ago. It's crazy now. The demand is very high. A lot of people came back to say that most times organizations prefer people with experience. And that is why every form of experience and internship, they would count for you eventually. So it's very, very important. Shoot your shots, package your CV properly, connect with people that are in this field, and make sure that you keep trying. Don't say because you've not gotten it yet, you will never get it. Just keep trying, and keep learning. Don't stop learning. And I know that eventually, as a beginner, you will get something. Just make sure that you position yourself out there for opportunities and be ready for those opportunities to when they come.
Oh, thank you so much, Ma. Another thing is being ready for the opportunity when they come. Not that when opportunity come and then you be like, I can't do this, I can't do that. Thank you so much. And the fact that shooting your shot is very important. I mean, we shoot our shot to get Mrs. Ireti on the show today. And I mean, we're so grateful for that. So what are the best resources that have helped you along the way so far, Ma?
For me, my best resource is human resource. Wow. And when I say human resource, I mean people. Like the people I have met so far in this journey, it is very amazing. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I don't know if you know Nuruddin Odeshino.
Yeah, I know. Okay. From Owando, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So when I was doing my master's, right, and I was about to finish, while I was doing my project, somebody connected Nuruddin to me that I should start talking to him. I'm talking about 8 years ago now. I'm talking about 7 years ago, which is 2014. Someone connected Nuruddin to me, and then I started talking to Nuruddin. I told him about my project, we started talking, and immediately I came back to Nigeria, we met, and I gave him my CV that I was interested in starting out in cybersecurity. Nuruddin was the one that submitted my CV for me, and that is what changed my life forever. So to be honest, you can apply for 10 courses. You can study for 50 courses and 50 exams, but you can't remove the fact that people are the ones that would position you for those opportunities. So for me, while you are studying or you are doing anything, the people you meet will always be your best resource, and always hold everybody close. Don't burn any bridge. One of the other things I've learned is that don't burn bridges. You would work in a place and you are not happy with some things, and then you start fighting, or you start getting angry with people. As a beginner, please never do that. Never burn any bridge as you go along in your journey of cybersecurity. The people that you are trying to fight with, you will still meet them again in your journey. So don't do that. My best resource is human resource. I've met a lot of amazing people. I can't start mentioning all of them, but there are a lot of them that I've met. So if you are a beginner in this journey, every connection you meet is important, and make sure that you leverage on them. I have something I always say: the right person will connect you to the right resource or the right platform that will help your cybersecurity journey. It is that right person you need, and it's that person that will connect you, and that is what will help you to grow in your journey. So for me, and I'm sure that for a lot of other people, when you ask, it will also go back to people.
Wow, amazing. Amazing. Thank you, ma'am. I mean, I was expecting something like try hack me and all of that, but well, people resources is the best resource someone can ever have, even in this field. Thank you so much for that one, ma'am. So, I wanted to ask the advice you have for the people that are just starting out, but I mean, all these are already advices, so it's left for us to go and work on them so that we can, have a very great career. And I mean, okay, it's not really easy being a legend in the field that is championed majorly by guys or men. So, what makes you stand out, and what advice do you have for the ladies that are just trying to get their foot into cybersecurity? Now, this one is just for the ladies. What advice do you have for these ladies? Because most of them really say they can't do it, and there's a shortage of ladies in cybersecurity. So, what advice do you have for them, and why do you really stand out as a lady?
Yeah, this is a good question. Before I go to what makes me stand out, I would just like to point out that there are a lot of women now championing a lot of things, and I'm going to give some examples. I would start by mentioning Sophia and Lillian. They founded She Secures. I don't know if you've heard about She Secures platform.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of things, which I'm aware of, to bring cybersecurity female professionals and beginners together. They share the group as, even opened people up to job opportunities. They've shared a lot of resources to help people that are planning to write exams and things like that. And even while I was still in Nigeria, we had sometimes that we had few meetups. So I mean, this is really good and commendable, because just like you said, it's always seen as a man's field. So another person I'm going to point out is the MD of Digital Jewels. She has done a lot in the field, and I can tell you that the organization has groomed a lot of females that I know personally. She has done a lot, even in making sure that women are also doing wonders in cybersecurity. I can count a lot of people that have come out of that organization and are doing a lot of good things. Another person that I would also like to point out is Confidence. Confidence is the founder of CyberSafe Foundation and the No Go Fall MAGA scheme that she's doing.
Yeah.
She has done a lot, and everybody can see it. If you are following a lot of people in cybersecurity, I'm sure that CyberSafe Foundation will always pop up in your face.
Yeah, definitely.
She makes the cybersecurity awareness very simple, even to those that are not educated enough. They can, easily understand what is happening. So I'm saying all of this just to make females know that there's no limitation as to what you can do in cybersecurity. And one thing I've realized is that in this field, to be able to stand out, you have to do something different. You have to be different. You have to be known for something. It's very easy for you to just come, pen test and go. Come, do security assessment and go. Resume work, talk about security and go. All those things are very easy to do. But for you to be able to stand out, you have to think out of the box and say, what are the ways I can contribute to this existing cybersecurity community? How can my voice be heard, even as a lady? What are the things that I can do? So that is something about me, and I think that is what has been helping me so far. I look at where I am currently, and I'm like, what are the things I can do to make a difference? A lot of people want to get started. What can I do? So I believe that a lot of people, the people I've mentioned that are doing some of these things, sometimes in their life, they also add these exact thoughts, and they brought them to reality. So what I'm saying is that every lady that is starting out, make sure that you are known for something. Don't just sit down and fold your hands. Be known for something. It is very important. I tell people, you can be sound, you can be very technical, you can know your onions, but if you are not able to pass your message across, you'll just be another person in the field. They will just count you as another person. But you have to look at it. How can I stand out? How can I pass my message across in such a way that even the organization I'm working with, they are really impressed with me? And that is what I do. When I conduct security assessment in organizations, my clients come back to thank me specially, because they know that for whoever has done it in the past and for me doing it, there's always a difference. I don't just do it and I go. I make sure that I transfer knowledge. And I have a lot of examples. If I'm not doing what I'm doing properly, in the last 8 months now, for example, I have done security assessments for 7 organizations within Africa. I've covered Sierra Leone, I've covered Ghana, I've covered Kenya, I've covered Gambia, I've covered Zambia. So 5 organizations in Africa in the last 8 months. And why has this happened? Because of what I'm doing. And what is it that I'm doing? I make sure that for every time I work in an organization, I try to stand out. I am always known for something. My clients would know that there is a difference in what this person is doing and in what someone has done for them in the past. So for every lady out there, it's not a man's field. Anybody can shine in this field, and that's the truth. It is not for men alone.
Yeah.
What a man can do, a woman can do better. You even have an opportunity to shine more, because people will be willing to listen to what you have to say. So I would say that be known for something. Stand out. Don't just be another person. Don't be another number in this field. Make sure that whatever you are doing, you are standing out.
Okay. That's really interesting. Wow. Insightful as well. So to my ladies, you've had it all. You can be the next Iretioluwa of Nigeria. Thank you so much. I mean, this is a really, really interesting conversation. I think I'll have to invite you again for another one. I really enjoy listening to you speak like this. I guess every one of our audience also have as much fun as I did and learn as much and got insights just like I did. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming on the show. Do you have any last word for our audience before we go?
Yes, just one more thing. I would like to say that if you are starting out, there are a lot of cybersecurity forums that you can join. For example, I'm aware of NigerSecCon. I know Diary of Hackers too. I know what the community is doing. I know about Cybersecurity Experts Association of Nigeria. They have different chapters across different states. I also know of She Secures. I know there are a lot of other ones that I'm not aware of, but the most important thing is that try to get involved in these forums and communities, because you don't know who you are going to meet in such forum that will change your life forever. There are a lot of cybersecurity professionals and experts in these forums that I have mentioned, and I am happy to help when you have issues around getting guidance in the field or job opportunities or even internships.
That's true. Thank you so much. That's good. I really can't thank you enough for your time, for sharing your experiences and your stories, even being vulnerable to us, for sharing some secrets, some sauce with us. I mean, that's a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
for inviting me too. I
Yes.
really appreciate it.
All right, ma'am. Okay, guys, you've heard from her and the advice she's given. If you have any comments about this video, kindly drop it. Make sure you share this session as wide as possible so that other people can gain from this insightful conversation. This is Diary of Hackers, and I remain my humble self, Joshua Moses. Peace out.